Good evening. Good evening. Your man Diamond K in here, of course, radioonfire.com, thediamondkshow.com, and I am glad that you could join me. So diving right in, President Obama has ruffled the feathers of the progressive left with some of his comments as it relates to defunding the police, defund the police, right? President Obama said that you lose people with snappy slogans like defund the police. So Democrats upset, progressives upset with President Obama for these comments. He was talking to Snapchat's Peter Hambry, and when he said that defund the police, slogans like defund the police aren't very effective and you will lose an audience. I mean, people got up in arms with the former president as it relates to these comments. Wow. I did not think that people were going to get this upset with him. Now, when he said it, I recognized that it was going to be some issues, but I didn't think they were going to be this upset with him. See if we got the audio there.
Snappy slogan like defund the police, but you know you've lost a big audience the minute you say it, which makes it a lot less likely that you're actually going to get the changes you want done. But if you instead say, let's reform the police department so that everybody's being treated fairly, divert young people from getting into crime. And if there's a homeless guy, maybe we send a mental health worker there instead of an armed unit that could end up resulting in a tragedy. Suddenly, a whole bunch of folks who might not otherwise listen to you are listening to you. So the key is deciding, do you want to actually get something done, or do you want to feel good among the people you already agree with?
So that was part of the interview there. He said that the key is deciding, do you want to actually get something done, or do you want to feel good among the people you already agree with? So, I mean, activists look at things differently than, say, a politician. President Obama is a politician. This we know. So the term snappy slogan, I think that offended some of the activists. And I think that the bigger point is missed. So I had a very productive conversation on Twitter with some people that defend the use of defund the police. So first, let me say this. As far as people on the more extreme side, the progressives that are really pushing defund the police, I am on your side. However, we all have a different outlook on how to get where we need to go. So when we talk about defunding the police, okay, I don't like the use of the word, the slogan, defund the police. Now, as it relates to the police finances being reallocated, I agree with that. I understand that. I just don't think that should be, the main goal. And I think that the name of the movement should reflect the ultimate goal. So when we talk about some of the unarmed Black Americans that have been killed at the hands of the police, right? When we talk about that, and there's a long list, right? There's a long list. But when we talk about the unarmed citizens that were killed by the police, the defunding the police would have not prevented their deaths. Ultimately, that's what the movement is about. I thought the movement is not about let's pull money from the police. That's one of the components of it, but it's about changing laws. That's what it should be about. And if you want to change the laws, you have to get politicians involved. Now, depending on where you live at in the country, that will depend how hard they come down on defund the police and police reform, depending on where you live. So some Democrats were, I don't want to say hindered. Some Democrats that were running were affected by the defund the police movement, right? Depending on where they live, it might have been in some red districts. They probably weren't going to win anyway, right? So they're using the defund the police being associated with all Democrats as something that took down their campaigns. That's not true. Republicans are going to latch on to everything, right? They're going to say, "Oh, you're socialists. You want to abolish the police." That's what they do, and that's their angle. My issue with the use of the word defund the police, it can get misconstrued. Now, understand this: Republicans are going to misconstrue whatever you do. But when you say defund the police, you make it so easy for them to confuse people that we need to understand what we're doing and join the movement. And that's what President Obama's talking about. So defunding the police, taking funds away from the police and reallocating them on mental health services and other things. Some people will say that if they'd done that, then maybe different officers would have gone. No, that would not have prevented. That would not have prevented all of the deaths. That may have prevented some, possibly. I don't know, because even these same gun-toting criminal officers were on the scene for some of these killings. Even if you had mental health professionals there as well, that does not mean that they would not have shot and killed those unarmed citizens. I am a proponent for reform the police. And yes, defund the police. Activists will say we've been trying to reforming the police. We've been trying to reform the police, and that has not gotten us anywhere. So people are more agitated. They're more angry. They are more motivated. And defunding the police has gotten young people involved and others. I understand that. Now it's time to take this movement to reform the police, because that's what we need to do. We could take away money from them, right? But if the laws are not there to hold these officers accountable, if they're still able to hide behind the law, defunding them is not going to solve the problems that we're trying to solve. Defunding them exclusively. Now, there's more to it. And that's why I think that the name needs to be something that represents where we need to go now. We have to put pressure on the politicians. We need laws that are changed. And if you got these old politicians that have been there and have been going along, getting along, and kissing up to the police unions and all of this kind of stuff, then it's time for them to go. And then we need some of these activists running for their seats. So I think that that's what President Obama was talking about from the standpoint of it's not that he's saying that catchy slogan. Some people are throwing at him, yes, we can win 2 elections. It did. Now, if he had said in his slogan wasn't yes, we can, it was yes, black people can, right? That would have limited his audience. That would have because he needed white people to come along for the ride to get elected to the presidency. You need white people and black people and Spanish people and Asian people, etc., to vote for you. You can't just exclusively have black people vote for you in the presidency and expect to win. Ask Jesse Jackson; he'll tell you. Right? I mean, so you have to, if you're trying to create a movement and get an action done, we need all police officers to be held accountable when they commit illegal acts, when they kill our citizens. We need them to be held accountable every time. And taking away some of their funding is not going to do that. What's going to do that is changing laws. Changing laws. That's where we're at now. That's the part of the movement that I think that we are in. So, defunding the police, it is a specific actionable thing. It is something that the right has been able to hijack and mislabel and confuse people. It confuses people. And everyone does not get it. And I don't think that the messaging is strong enough to really resonate in a way that people that are not totally paying attention cannot be easily swayed. And that's not the end all be all. That's part of it. It is part of it. Reallocating those funds, and all of that is part of it. Now, what President Obama is trying to tell you is he's on your side. He says that he opposes the slogan because it turns people off and makes it harder to achieve the policy changes that are needed. He's literally giving advice on how to achieve defunding the police. He's just saying, let's tweak the slogan a little bit and come in the back door. You know what I mean? He's not pushing back on the squad. He's not trying to stop the reform from happening. So many people are confused by this, and they're angry. But they're angry. But don't be angry at President Obama. We need to not argue about the name. We need to understand the suggestions that he's making and others. He's not the only person that's made this suggestion about the phrasing defund the police. He's not the enemy. And I think that we're looking at Republicans right now. Republicans are having a civil war. They're fighting amongst themselves. And if things keep going the way they're going to go, the Republicans are not going to be in any position to take the Senate seats that are up in Georgia because they're fighting amongst themselves. Democrats, we don't need you fighting amongst yourselves. Now, we don't need that. What we need is unity and focus. Now, I understand that some progressives, some activists feel that President Obama tried to dismiss them. He was being very dismissive. But this is just a messaging thing. And even if President Obama is too middle of the road for you, we need to look at what he's saying, what he's suggesting, and see if that makes a little bit of sense. I mean, we can't just go in, defund the police loud, and then we are in the streets. The movements have started in the streets, but we also need to get into Congress. We need people with the mindset to change these laws. We need better trained officers, and we need officers held accountable every time. Now, we also need some of this money reallocated to better services and all law enforcement. Law enforcement needs to be reimagined. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So, but backing President Obama is not the way to get what we want done. I mean, he's a former president, right? But he's not the leader of the Democratic Party anymore, and he has an example, and that's fine. You know, progressives definitely have pushed back on his comments, and I just don't want us to get sidetracked. President Obama is right. Defund the police is a bad slogan. Reform the police is a better slogan. We need people to get involved with this movement who may look at the police different than some people do, right? And in order to do that, defunding the police instantly makes it, it turns into a defensive thing, and we're trying to defend it to other people. We need everyone involved because this makes everyone safer. This makes everyone safer. It's ironic when President Obama was talking about snappy slogans can lose people. We have lost people. We lost Breonna Taylor. We lost Michael Brown. And what I am trying to tell people that reforming the police, it is a more realistic goal. The term defund the police scares a lot of voters. And it was definitely reflected at the polls. It was. And there are people that lost races and won races. But let's understand this. The Democrats did not win down ballot as much as they could have. They won in the White House because Trump is a horrible manager of the coronavirus and this country. But more specifically, what lost the presidency for Donald Trump was his handling of the coronavirus. But people on the left criticizing President Obama for saying, let's come up with a slogan for police reform that is not so abrasive. Why that is a controversial issue depends on where you sit on this debate. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. And of course, if you miss any episodes of our programs, go to radioonfire.com to check it out. A lot of programs that we have, and daily and weekly programs. As far as The Diamond K Show, I am here mornings and evenings giving you hard-hitting commentary on politics, breaking news, entertainment, social issues, and so much more. Wide-ranging topics. And of course, radioonfire.com/news, the latest news stories right there. You can also become a Fire Plus member. Over 10 million views, and with your help, we can reach that next million. Exclusive members-only content, ad-free on-demand shows, podcasts that you can listen to without interruption. Connect with other Fire Plus members, members-only merch and discounts, all that. radioonfire.com/join. So, interesting. The first black president ruffling the feathers of progressives. I'm going to continue to follow the story. He has a book to sell as well, and I don't know if people remember that. But of course, progressives, not big fans of Obama. I think he was not progressive enough. The first black president was not progressive enough. In order to become the first black president, he had to be a moderate. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts. Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here. Of course, radioonfire.com, the Diamond K Show.com. This pandemic has affected businesses in a way that will change things forever. So Warner Brothers will release its entire 2021 film slate on HBO Max, and this is going to run concurrent with the domestic theatrical runs for 1 month. It's very similar to what they're doing with Wonder Woman. So, Matrix, Space Jam, Dune, In the Heights, Suicide Squad, Godzilla, Conjuring. I mean, you're going to be able to watch all of these movies while they're in the theaters from your home, sitting on your couch or wherever you watch your movies. It is a amazing thing. Warner Brothers is going to release the 2021 lineup. 17 films all at once on HBO Max and in the theaters. This move is unprecedented. So it's going to debut these films. And this news has really sparked discussion on how the traditional movie experience is going to be affected going forward. I mean, they're smashing the box office window. This is going to be an amazing thing, and it's going to begin on Christmas with Wonder Woman 1984. The biggest movie premieres in theaters and HBO Max on the same day. So you know what this means. You got to get HBO Max. So $14.99 a month is the cost of HBO Max. 17, did I say 17 films? Let's talk about this press release. So the Warner Brothers Picture Group announces this innovative hybrid distribution model for 2021. I am excited about this. So today, Warner Brothers Pictures Group has committed to releasing its 2021 film slate in a very unique, customer-focused distribution model. So, the release continues by saying that Warner Brothers will continue to exhibit the films theatrically worldwide, while adding an exclusive 1-month access period on HBO Max streaming platform in the U.S. concurrent with the film's domestic release. So, let's continue. The hybrid model was created as a strategic response to the impact of the ongoing global pandemic, particularly in the U.S. Following the 1 month of HBO Max access domestically, each film will leave the platform and continue theatrically in the U.S. and international territories, with all customary distribution windows applying to the title. So here's what they're saying. So I want to make sure that people understand this. It's not going to be on HBO Max forever. It's only going to be on HBO Max for a 1-month period. Then they're going to pull it from HBO Max. It's going to still be in the theaters, and they're going to do their normal thing where you can rent it, you can buy it for different amounts of money on different platforms. So what they're trying to do is still get people, how they try to get people to rush out to the movie theaters within the first couple of weeks of a release. So they want people to watch the film, but it's not going to stay there forever. This is not an HBO product. They're using a partnership with HBO. So I want to make sure that people understand that, and this is very unique. The chair and CEO of Warner Media Studios and Networks and all the bigwigs in Warner Media were around for this announcement. Check out some of these films. So the releases are going to include, they expect it to include The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla versus King Kong, Mortal Kombat, Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, In the Heights, Space Jam, A New Legacy, The Suicide Squad, Malignant, Dune, The Many Saints of Newark, King Richard, Cry Macho, and Matrix 4. These are unprecedented times, and definitely if you're going to make it as a business, you have to be creative. This is creative. No one wants films back on the big screen more than Warner Brothers. But new content is the lifeblood of the theatrical experience. If you don't have new movies coming out, people are not going to go. So this is a move that will really, I think, appeal to moviegoers, people that like watching films at home. If you got a nice TV, eat what you want, pause it for a second. You're going to have a month to watch these films. So I think it's a great move, and I am definitely going to be seeing movies that I wouldn't have gone to the movie theater to see, and things that I'm going to end up watching movies that I would have normally have watched. I mean, this is happening right now. But it's going to be very interesting to see how people react to this. This is a very big deal. But they're saying that it's temporary and just in response to the pandemic. But here's my thing. At this point, is there anybody who believes that things are going to go back to the old way? No. This does suck for movie theaters. It is great content for HBO Max, and it's going to get them more paid subscribers. I'm going to sign up. But especially since HBO Max just ditched its free trial program today, conveniently. But I saw this coming. I saw this coming. A lot of theaters are going to close. A lot more. The theatrical, the old school folks that like that, that's going to go away. I mean, you can try to slow it down. You can put lipstick on it. You can put a parachute on it. It's going to go away. It's going to go away. But I think that it is for the better. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. I am here mornings and evenings. If you miss any episodes of any of our programs, you can go to radioonfire.com to check those out. Also, with over 10 million views, you can help us reach the next million. Support Radio on Fire. Become a Fire Plus member. radioonfire.com/join. You will have access to our free shows, plus exclusive members-only content, ad-free on-demand shows and podcasts. Watch, listen without interruption. Connect with other Fire Plus members and get members-only merch and discounts. So I'll be back later on as news is breaking. radioonfire.com/news to see the latest stories. And I definitely want to hear people's thoughts. Are you going to get HBO Max $14.99 a month? Do you think that this business model is a good idea? Do you think this is a good idea? They're releasing titles in the movies and on HBO Max at the same time for 1 month. And after that's going to go away. Also, for our people in Georgia, we need the Democrats to win the seats. January 5th is the special election. The election is not over. Jon Ossoff, Raphael Warnock running in a tough race. And you can find out more information about that at radioonfire.com. I'll see you guys later.